Hi, my name is Chris, and I just can't stop making things. Today I'm going to show you how to make an Among Us costume from foam. Let's get started. Start by measuring around your shoulders so you can pick the right size of pattern to print. Once you know the size you want, print the pattern off on your printer. It's super important that you make sure the pattern isn't being scaled down, but is printing at actual size. Tape all the small pieces of paper together by lining up the crosses to create one big piece of paper. I like to do this on the window because it makes it easier to see the crosses through the paper. You'll notice the main pattern piece has a bunch of lines at the bottom. This is so you can choose how tall the helmet is that you make. I'm making the helmets out of easily found foam floor mats, so I'll need to cut on the line that says this is the longest length that will fit on a standard 24-inch square floor. If you're using bigger foam or a smaller pattern size, I recommend going with the longest length you can and then shortening it afterward. Grab some scissors with a strangely repaired handle and peacefully cut out the helmet pattern, making sure not to cut out the faceplate section. Grab a 10mm thick EVA foam floor mat and get ready to trace your pattern. I'm using a gold gel pen because a regular ballpoint pen will bleed through the paint when it's painted over. Make sure to mark the alignment marks and extend them to the inside once the whole pattern is traced. Now it's time to make a mirror image of that first piece. If you draw over the alignment marks while the pattern is on a piece of foam, you can flip it over and easily transfer the marks onto the back side of the pattern. Then you can trace the flipped pattern for your second piece. Now cut along the dotted line to create the face opening part, and trace the whole pattern piece 2 more times, once right side up and once flipped over. Grab a super sharp knife and carefully cut out all your pieces. It is super important that your knife is really sharp, otherwise it's just going to kind of rip through the foam and create terrible jagged edges. Also, don't try and cut all the way through the foam in just one pass. You'll get much better results if you do a couple lighter passes rather than one heavy, hard, strong pass. Also remember, don't cut your fingers off. Emergency meeting. So although this is a super cool costume, there are some things you need to think about. The main thing is, when you put it on, you can't see down there. So if you're coming up to a set of stairs or something, you can't see it. Or if there's a log in your way, you'll trip over it. You also have no peripheral vision, so you have to move your head to see side to side. So definitely if kids are going to be wearing this, make sure they have attentive adult supervision so they can stay safe, because it's fun to have fun, but it's also fun to be safe while you're having fun. Okay, let's finish this up. Crank up your blow dryer to extra hot, find your knee, and start heating up the central area of the foam piece. The goal here is to use your knee to force the foam into more of a 3-dimensional convex shape. So you want to stretch the foam in the center, but not the edges. And now it's time for gluing. Grab your hot glue gun and turn it way down. Grab one of the back pieces and put a short squirt of glue right on the end of the V-shape cutout. Press the 2 sides together, making sure to line up the outside edges, and wait until the glue has cooled. Once it's cooled, you can peel away the squirty outy bit with your finger. Now apply glue to the rest of the seam and push the foam inward, which forces the seam closed. Just try to keep the 2 sides nice and even while the glue cools. You can even use some scrap foam, kind of like a glue eraser, to smooth down any little bits of glue that are still on the seam. Once the V cutouts are glued in both pieces, line them up facing each other, and use a little squirt of glue to glue the 2 points together. And you've just created some ladybug wings. Flip them around and glue a little spot on the bottom end. Line up the 2 V cutouts and glue a little spot there as well. Continue gluing 5 to 7 centimeters at a time, working your way down the entire seam. Now, a couple things I should probably mention. The reason I turn my hot glue gun way down is A, so I don't burn my fingers, and B, so I don't have to hold things together as long while I wait for the glue to cool. Oh, and C, so there aren't any fumes either. Which is also the reason I don't use contact cement. I do most of my work in the basement, and contact cement has a lot of toxic fumes, and it's just not a good idea to breathe those in. The one downside of hot glue is that if it gets too hot, it will come apart, so don't leave it in a hot car. Okay, now it's time to glue the front halves together. This is going to be basically the same process as the back halves, but you just don't have to glue that V cutout, so that's kind of nice. Now the front and the back go together, starting at the top, followed by the two bottom edges, and then of course everything in between. If you're worried about the strength of your seams, you can add a reinforcing strip of fabric right at the bottom edges. Sand the foam with a bit of 80 grit sandpaper, and then glue the strip across the joint. Glue all around the outside edges just to make sure the fabric doesn't fray. If you happen to put your helmet on and go outside right now, you might find that the wind blows it around on your head. So we're going to have to solve this problem by making a little ring to hold your head in place. We'll call it a head ring. So measure your head and then cut out on the corresponding lines on the head ring pattern. Trace the ring and cut it out of foam. It took me a couple tries to get it in the most comfortable spot for my head, so it's a good idea to just tack the front and back down until you're happy with the placement. You can also use extra rings to adjust how high it sits off your head. I ended up using a total of 4 rings before I was happy with the height. The last thing the helmet needs is a rim around the face hole. So trace that onto some foam, making sure to mark the center lines, and glue it onto the helmet, starting with the 2 center points of the rim, and working your way out to the edges. You might need to stretch it a tiny bit as you go around the curve just to keep it flush with the edge. Of course, no helmet is complete without a matching backpack full of things an astronaut likes to use, like some space things. So trace the main backpack piece, making a mark at the dotted line, then flip it over, line it up, and trace the second half of the main backpack piece. Now you can cut it out as one big piece. Cut 2 backpack top and bottom pieces, and tack the bottom corners of the main backpack piece to the edges of one top or bottom piece. Then glue it in the center, and all the way around. And repeat for the other top or bottom piece on the other side. We now have a kind of pillowy looking backpack, so it's time to add another support on the inside. This one's called the backpack center support, because it supports the center. This piece gets glued 10 millimeters below the side of the backpack. You can see me measuring here with a piece of scrap foam. Glue it into place on both edges, then the center, and then all the rest. Then all that's left is to add the backpack panel. This piece won't be seen by anyone, so you can use whatever ugly foam you have laying around. Before you glue, check to make sure it fits okay, and then glue it in, starting with the center support piece. Then glue the top and bottom, trying to keep it flush with the edges. And lastly, the sides. These aren't going to butt right up against the outside edge due to the curve of the inside of the backpack, but that's okay. I like to hold the backpack on its edge against the table while the glue cools, just to keep those sides nice and straight. Next, cut 20 centimeters of webbing and seal the cut edges with something hot, like a lighter or the sun. Make a mark 9 centimeters along the webbing and a mark around 8 centimeters from the top of the backpack. Match up the lines on the webbing with the lines on the backpack and glue the webbing down only below the lines. I spaced my 2 webbings about 8 centimeters apart. Cut a short strip of Velcro, the scratchy side, and sand the back just a little bit to help the glue stick to it. Now glue it to the back side of the webbing, which is folded down, and add a little glue around the edges for extra security. Make a mark on your helmet where you want the top of the backpack to go, and measure 8 centimeters down from that mark, and that should give you the placement to cut the slots for the backpack straps. Cut, cut. Cut a bit of the fuzzy Velcro, sand inside the helmet just above the slots, and glue the Velcro into place. Remember, I can touch this because the temperature of my glue gun is turned way down. If your glue gun is really hot, you'll have to be way more careful. Now whenever you want to put your backpack on, all you have to do is work those straps through the back slots and stick them down onto the Velcro. Paint it up with some paint. You can use whatever paint you want, but the more flexible it is, the less prone to cracking it will be. I really like Plaid FX paints. They're flexible and go on really nice. And that's it. If you have some matching clothes, you're good to go. I just happen to have some gray overalls, so gray it is. Even though there actually is no gray among us guy. But there is black, which kind of looks gray anyways. Okay, all done. Check this out. This is my favorite thing about these helmets. They stack. These are really fun to make, they look really cute, and they stack inside each other. What more could you want? Of course, as usual, I'll have a link to where you can buy the pattern at the end of the video and in the description below. I should also mention there's my Ultimate Everything Super Value Bundle Pack, which is all the foam patterns I've ever made, and it includes any I release in the future. So it's kind of a gift that keeps on giving. You might want to check that out if you like making lots of stuff. Thanks for watching. See ya.